Stampers, it's Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. Welcome to today's video. It's not actually live. I am filming a couple extra videos for tutorial book number 4. And one of the things that's going in there is these awesome double Dutch door cards. We're going to do one in a landscaped version, and then we're going to do one that is portrait style. Let's get started. Okay, here we are down on my desk, and these are the cards we're going to be making. And like I said, they are quick and easy, and so quick and easy, we're going to do both. We're going to do the landscaped and the portrait style version. And we're using the North Pole Delivery Designer Series paper, which coordinates with the Jolly Delivery stamp set. And then this does have dies with it, but we're not using those. Instead, we're using some basic labels dies. I'm using these Nested Essentials for our focal point on the front. And then the Designer Series paper has sheets of ephemera, which are little punch out die cuts. They came as a 12 by 12 sheet, but then I just kind of punched them all out and I kept them in little bags. This is houses and little animals, and then we have mailboxes and postage stamps and letters. Just lots of really fun stuff to play around with. So let's start out with the portrait style. So this one is going to start out with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 9, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. And so that's going to leave us with this little open end at the bottom where we're going to use these little doors. And this piece is 8 1/2 by 2 1/4, scored at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. And that's going to give us that 4 1/4 in the middle that we're just going to glue to the bottom down here. Okay, so it's just kind of going to extend that and give us these little bottom doors. I'm going to go ahead and put that on with liquid glue because I want to be able to wiggle it around and make sure that I am good and connected. I'm making sure I'm using just a little bit of glue, but I am making sure that I am around all of the edges. And then when I place it down, like I said, I'm going to kind of wiggle it around. That's the beauty of the liquid glue, is we can wiggle a little bit and make sure that I am indeed flush along the bottom. And then I have these score lines flush on the side. Okay, so that's going to give us our base that we're going to be using. Okay, for the inside of the card, I have a layer that is 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to go inside. For the front, I have a piece of Designer Series paper that is 4 inches by 3 1/4. So that's going to go right on the top. I love these little trucks with the little animals driving them. I think they're just adorable. Okay, so that's just going to go right there. And then we have these postage stamp things we're going to go along the bottom. Can't remember if I cut these in a certain order or not. Oh, yep, I get right there. Okay, so I guess I put them to where they're going to match up. These are each 1 7/8 by 2. So we're going to add those to the little doors at the bottom. And this is just the same sheet of Designer Series paper. I'm just using the back side. You can see my little trucks are on the other side there. It's one of the great things about Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper is the 2 different sides and how they coordinate together so well. Okay. For our stamping, I'm going to use that Jolly Delivery stamp set. As I said, we're going to use this Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. Oops, which I already have mounted. Okay, that's here on a block. And then on the inside, we're going to do Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet. So I'm going to lay this down on my grid paper, making sure that one of the lines is going underneath the words. And then once I have that straight on my grid paper, I'm going to set my block down, again making that straight along the grid paper. Then when I align my paper with the grid paper, all of that is supposed to make sure we stamp straight. We're going to use garden green ink. So I'm going to give it a gentle tap, tap, tap. You don't want to push too hard because we don't want any ink, where it doesn't belong. And I'm going to go a little bit high because I'm going to use some of the ephemera along the bottom. And when I set this down, I set it on the 2-inch line on my grid paper. There's a 2-inch here and a 2-inch here. So it splits my 4-inch in half. And then I was able to use this solid line to make sure that my sentiment was centered. The grid paper is just awesome. If you don't have any of that, you should grab some because it's amazing. Okay, this is the smaller of the labels. I used the 2 largest sizes. So I used the big one and then the next one down. So this is that number 2. Again, we're going to just do a gentle tap, tap, tap. I'm going to run it a little bit high, and then we're going to dig through our ephemera, and we're going to find one of the cute little animals that we can have running along the bottom. That one's going to be a little too tall. Let's see. There's so many fun little things in here to play with. I like these ones that are low. So let's use that because that's going to fill up my space, but it's not going to cover up my words. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of liquid glue. But then I'm going to use dimensionals in order to pop it onto our garden green cardstock. Okay, and then for the bottom of this, you can see here how I was using one of the buildings and then some of the other little pieces. The building, when I put it on there, overall, it was just kind of too big. And so I wanted to still use it, but not have it overwhelming. So what I did was I cut it in half. So I had 2 of them. And actually then I can use it on 2 different cards. The left on one card and the right on the other. Okay, and again, there's some little mailboxes, postage stamps, little barber poles. Lots of fun little things we can do over here. And I'm using 3, I don't know, I guess just out of habit. I've gotten into that habit of doing things in thirds. It's supposed to be easier on the eye or something. There's an artistic reasoning behind it that I have followed for years, and it's worked out well. I've always said I'm not very artistic, but I can copy like the best of them. It's made me kind of creative, not artsy. I can look at a lot of things and just find out a way to tweak it and make it my own. Which I guess why I love fun folds so much, because once you find the fold, whatever stamp set or designer series paper you use can make it look so totally different. I noticed I have a little bit of ink here where I don't want it to be, so I'm going to bring in my mono sand eraser. You can find this in my Amazon storefront, which is linked on my website. But I can just give that a little bit of a rub. I don't want to go too hard because I don't really want to rip the paper, but a little rub is going to make that little mark go away, which I think is awesome because I don't want to have to stamp that all over again. Then we can bring in our card base once again, and I'm going to adhere our basic white layer to the inside. Then I'm going to take this piece, and I want it to go on the front, but it's going to kind of overhang, and we're going to attach it to the top, but we don't want any glue on the bottom. We want to leave this blank because we don't want to glue our card shut. And again, I'm turning the card in a direction that's going to make it comfortable for me to work with. And that's kind of all there is to it. You could add a few embellishments if you wanted to, but for pretty much that card's done. Now we can move over to the landscaped version, which is going to be the same sort of thing. We're just going to spin it on its side. So this time, our card base is going to go the other way. So it's going to be 5.5 by 7.25, scored at 4.25. So that's going to give us this little 3-inch overhang. Then I have our double doors for across the bottom. So this is 11 inches by 2 inches, I guess 2 1/8. 11 inches by 2 1/8, scored at 2 3/4 and 8 1/4. That's going to give us the 5.5 in the middle and the 2 3/4 on either end, which is going to give us our nice even doors. Again, using that liquid glue so I can wiggle this around and be sure that I am flush with all sides. Then I have the piece for the middle that is the 5.25 by 4. Then for the top up here, I have this piece that is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. Then I have some designer series paper for the door flaps on the bottom. So this is 1 7/8 tall and 2.5 wide. So there's one for either side. Okay, and then we're going to do the same stamping. We're going to do the Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes on our basic white label. Then we're going to go back to our ephemera, and we have another one of these skinny little animals that we can put on the front. It came with quite a few. I have used a lot of them, so I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so it's going to go across the bottom of our label. And then we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to put that onto our garden green label. Okay, for the inside of the card, I'm going to line this up at the 2 3/4 inch line on either side, giving me my dark line in the middle. Then we're going to ink up our Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet. And then I'm going to center it there using that dark line as my guide. And then we're going to look for a little house and some animals and decorate up the bottom of this. And remember, we cut off half the house. We could also cut off half the animal if we wanted to, or cut off half of the little truck. I mean, there's any number of things we could do here. I'm going to use the little fox, but again, I'm going to let his tail hang off the edge, and then we'll just trim that off. You may want to use a sponge dauber or a blending brush or something to add a little bit of maybe basic gray, early espresso, something along the bottom to make it appear like the ground so that they're walking on something rather than floating. I'm going to come to the back and just snip off his tail. And then this is ready to install on the inside. And then once again, I'm going to put this along the front with a little bit hanging over. So I want to make sure my adhesive is only on the top portion that's going to be hitting that top flap. So we're not gluing the card shut. And then once again, you could add a little bit of bling to the front if you'd like. But there we have the portrait and the landscape version of our double Dutch door card. Okay, so that's all there was to it. Quick and easy. I hope that you loved it and that you give it a try. Like I said, mix up your stamp sets, your designer series paper, and make it your own. The fun of it is the fun fold. Thanks. Bye.